What's up, everybody? It is Alan and Jim from Hustling Sideways. We are giving you a little bit of a bonus here in addition to our normal podcast.
That's lucky you.
I think we're going to start doing this more, where we kind of sit and chop it up a little bit and talk about, just things that you go through as a business owner, just different things that you have, if you've never heard our podcast before.
Which is a mistake.
It's a mistake.
Be clear
you should
about
listen.
That. You should listen as well to our voices. Now you get to match the faces with the voices. Which
Absolutely.
Is a little wild. I don't know if this is what you expected, but here I am.
But we talk about having a side project, having a side hustle, having, a passion project, things that you do outside of your regular 9 to 5. For myself, I run a music website. Jim.
And I'm a motivational and keynote speaker and a writer as well.
And there's a lot going on with that. And so I think the first thing that we're going to talk about here, we're going to talk about the idea of burnout and ways to combat it and what we do and what works best for us. Because that's something that I think anybody that, if you have a side business, if you have a side project, it takes a lot of your time.
It does. And it's interesting to me with burnout because I think a lot of people see just like a 9 to 5 as being more of a burnout, and people that have side hustles are passionate about it. So they don't typically come off as like, that guy's burnt out. Usually you're looking forward to doing what you want to do, but you have to find we're humans. Humans burn out, and that's something that happens. And if you're not aware of it, it's going to happen quick.
Absolutely.
And it's a thing to monitor, and it's subjective. Certainly too. I think everyone experiences it in a different way, but don't let a eagerness fool you or a passion fool you from someone who's just tired. It happens.
I am definitely the kind of person that I try to go and go and go, and I will make it happen. You know what I mean? I will, if I commit to okay, we're going to do whatever, because I create a lot of content. It's just kind of what I do.
Yeah.
I'm the person that is no matter what, it's getting done, and the side effect of that though is really by the end of the year, or by the end of, it happens a few times in a year where I'm just literally burnt out. I hit my point where, and I can tell because the work that I'm doing kind of deteriorates, whether it's, things come out a little bit later than they're supposed to, or I write a lot. So if a lot of my articles are kind of feeling formulaic, they feel like it's the same thing, cut and paste kind of thing, I can tell that I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
totally.
I think that's the first thing that anybody that has a business needs to be able to do is to recognize when they're hitting that point.
That's important. And mine would be if I know I'm going and just going and going, because I'm all about delivering. I want to, and kind of similar to what you described, but I don't ever want there to be a disruption. I want to be there. I want to make it happen. If I get an email, and someone wants a contract, I want to do it right away. I don't like having unread things in my messages, which is not good. As it's never a good thing to go in. So I have to find myself to slow down and literally get up and go for a 10-minute walk and just be that will still be here when I come back. And relax, and whether it's just to get some sunlight or whatever that looks like for me. But I always can tell when I'm sometimes when I'm going, it's good because it energizes me.
Right.
But oftentimes it's I do it and I'm you gotta just chill. That's going to be here again.
Yes.
And it's
that's
particularly, it's the at night stuff in the evening. When I'm at 8 o'clock, that's going to be there at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning too.
Yeah.
It's time to shut off. It's time to be at home and relax and to not allow myself to go through those motions of just delivering. Chill out. And what I found too is a sense of I like to start my day and end my day with gratitude. So when I wake up, I think of 3 things I'm grateful for. Okay. And it could be small things. Maybe the sun's out. I woke up on time, got a good night's sleep. 3 things, boom. But to at least have that to start and be I feel good right now.
Right.
And then when I finish my day, it's what am I grateful for the day? Maybe I rocked a meeting. Maybe I got a new contract, and I went for a walk. Whatever those 3 things are. But to have 6 things every day
gratitude
is intentionally, intentional gratitude, and it makes a difference. And if I forget, which happens sometimes, I'm okay, just do it when I, tonight, or maybe do it in the shower, whatever it is. Those moments of free time when I could stop thinking about anything negative and focus on all the positive, because there is a lot, and that helps me to realize my why too, in the sense of why am I doing this and what does this mean, to me, and centering myself in that sense, and I guess renewing, in a way. So all of that comes together to help me, but it's always an ongoing thing. I haven't like figured out like the burnout, like
Right.
the equation, but I have the small things I could do to bring myself back to earth, if you will.
It sounds like yours is more mindset focused
Yes, very
on
much
like
so.
if you can mentally go, okay, this is troubling me and I can think of these things and it's going to reset me.
Yep.
For me, I have to actually physically, like you said, get up and get away from
Yeah.
whatever the thing is.
Right.
I took up running in the last year, like really committing to it.
I've noticed, yeah. I didn't mean like I've seen.
I understand.
Your stuff.
I understand. Yeah. I'm looking better too.
You
yeah.
do look better, for the record. Yeah, that just sounded sarcastic. I'm supposed to.
But my thing has always been like I have to get up and if I go for a run, that is literally like because I am so focused on that, it is the one time to like shut my brain off on stuff. Even I am notoriously bad with like waking up in the middle of the night and being like I can't shut my brain off.
Yeah, that's
I
same
cannot
here.
stop.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's
like
always going. You're always constantly thinking about the next thing, right? And
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
but
with you.
like I found getting up and going for a run for me is the chance to be like, okay, you have to focus on this thing because I'm somebody that's like I'm competitive with myself about it and I want to have like the best time that I can give myself,
No
even
doubt.
if it's just me running through the streets. I have to focus on like, okay, your breathing has to be right, your whatever. And I listen to a lot of music while I do that, but I know I'm not going to think about business because I'm literally just focusing on getting point A to point B as fast as
that's
possible.
That's it.
And
I
so
like
that's
that.
kind of been my thing, has been like getting up and getting away from it.
Yeah, and mine too. On a similar exercise note, I try and go to the gym after work. And,
Okay.
And when I'm done with my day, I go, like 5 or whatever, and go and do cardio and just like kind of do like mindless stuff. But I'm just like in a different place and sweating, and feeling all of that. That always helps me. I go for like an hour,
Yeah.
and throw in some steroid.
Nah, right.
but
Casual steroids.
Yeah, typical, whatever. But it helps. And then I just think about like the day and what's to come, and I could just do that while I'm exercising, giving myself a little more energy, which is always helpful. But I think a lot of people need to realize what their thing is. If yours is to go outside, if yours is to go exercise, if yours is to go get something to eat, whatever that thing is for you. But to practice that and be intentional about it and make sure that you're integrating habitually all of that into your daily life, because once it becomes a habit, that's when it's important. If you could try something once and it worked, you're like, okay, great, and then tomorrow it's the same thing. Like, you got to really make something part of your daily routine in order to make it actually work for your life.
Absolutely. And developing as a routine is something else that we can talk about at another time.
Yes,
but I think this has been good to kind of explore, because I think we think about it in the traditional work sense of, like you said, like working a 9-to-5 job.
right.
But when you are working all those extra hours that are generally not in the 9-to-5,
Right.
and you're trying to
Most
make
of
that
the time
balance,
that,
like we have families, like trying to make it work with all of that too, that you realize how much it eats up your time and then carries over into that part of your life.
Yeah.
So being able to, I think, recognize burnout is huge, and then being able to figure out your thing to get over it is even more important.
Yeah. So it's like it's there. I see it. How am I going to combat it? And then the third part is you're just happy forever.
yeah, absolutely.
No, it's rinse and repeat, right?
Yes.
And always knowing when it's coming, combat it. And it's not. I think the main thing to know is like you're not alone on burnout. Like we're all, particularly in the last 2 years. I mean, it's just it could be a struggle, and some days you're just like, I am not feeling this day, and that's okay. Like it's okay to have. I'm going to go into my my sort of my mental health part of my life, but like that's going to happen, and just acknowledge it and know ways that you can get better and try and improve that day. So I agree with you.
Absolutely. Well, I think this is a productive little side conversation that we've had.
They all said yes.
They all said yes. All of
Thank
them.
you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 cameras. This is wild.
Yeah.
I'll throw it out there. This is wild.
If you would like to hear more from us, or if you would like to listen to us talk to some amazing guests that we have that also have amazing side hustles from all over the place, you can do that by downloading the Hustling Sideways podcast or subscribing to it. That's what the kids do.
That's what they all do. And
you download it onto your iPod.
Yeah.
You should download it onto your iPod.
I think it's on all the MP3s now. It's great.
somewhere.
Do you have an iPod?
Yeah, I got an iPod Shuffle right here.
Some Oasis on there, a little Sum 41.
Battery has been dead for years.
Oh, well.
But if you would like to listen to us on your smartphone or wherever you get your podcasts, you can do that by checking out Hustling Sideways. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Jim, take us out. You can do it with video now.
I'm going to look at everyone. Keep on hustling.